feel when you hear MCR come on the radio and your emo little heart is just like... So, what the fuck is up? Hi. I meant to say that in my last video because I think that'd be a pretty cool intro thing, but I forgot, like a fuck up. But I remember this time, yeah. So what I'm here to do today, I was gonna try and do like a Halloween haul type video of all the stuff I got in fall. The thing is, I got everything I need to make this fucking costume except the costume itself, god damn it. So, I'm not gonna do that because I don't have my fucking costume ready. But, what I am gonna do instead is I'm going to do the Halloween tag. So it's a tag, I don't know who started it. Basically just a bunch of questions about, you know, Halloween and such. And, I'm gonna answer them. Once again, nobody tagged me because fucking, I don't know anybody on this YouTube, you know? And nobody knows me either, so what are you gonna do? By the way, I should mention I have my laptop here, so I can, like, answer the questions. I'm sorry if the webcam's shaking. I've got my elbow on this table, and it's just, like, knocking into everything. It's just a mess. But anyways, the first question. Favorite Halloween song? So it's kind of a hard one because, like, in terms of, like, actually, like, Halloween themed, like, it's about the Halloween and the spookiness, I'm gonna have to go with the classics and just say Thriller by Michael Jackson. That's a good song, though. And, like, I have this memory of, like, dancing to it in, like, senior year of high school. And I was all done up in, like, my doll costume. And, like, it was just fun times, man. Although in terms of, like, just, it gives you the feel of Halloween. This is gonna be a weird choice, but I'm gonna say Married to the Music by Shiny. Because although the song itself isn't necessarily like Halloween themed, just like the feel of the song takes me back to the Halloween parties we'd hold at the fucking park right by my house. And like, I just love it. I think it's got a real like kind of thrillery type vibe to it, which goes back to Thriller being my Halloween song. Alright, question number 2. Witch or vampire? Which do you think? Well, to be honest, like, even though I kind of look like a vampire because I'm so pale and, like, with the red lipstick and all, like, I just don't think I'd be a very good vampire because, like, you'd have to give up garlic, and considering how often I put it in my food, like, that's just not, like, a commitment that I'm willing to make, you know? Anyways, the next question. Favorite thing about Halloween? Whole thing? Fun scaring the shit out of teenagers, I guess. I don't know, gosh. I don't know, I just feel like when it's Halloween, I just get to, like, be myself more, you know? Like, I just get to let my little goth heart just run wild, and, like, it's a beautiful thing, you know? Okay, next question. Halloween party or scary movie marathon? I just have a scary movie marathon at the Halloween party, you know, man? But to be honest, this is gonna be a weird answer coming from an introvert like me, but probably Halloween party. Just because I remember going to them, like, as a little kid and just being like, oh my god! But, yeah, just, they were fun and, like, you got to play around and they played good music and, like, it was just good shit, man. And besides, I usually won the costume contest, so. Question number 5. Skeletons or zombies? Gosh, I just don't know. Because it's too hot for this sweater. I really wish I could wear this more, but it's fucking 90 degrees in August. What is up with that? Alright, next question. Favorite Halloween candy? I don't know if it counts, because, like, I've never really been that fond of, like, traditional Halloween candy, like the candy corns and such. But, you know when Reese's Pieces comes out with, like, those peanut butter cups that are, like, fucking purples and oranges and blacks and golds? Like, some good shit right there. Well, it's not really candy, but I also really, really like pumpkin seeds. They're so good. Okay, next question. Favorite Halloween movie? Oh, that's a loaded question. There's just so fucking many. I don't know, one that's not really like a Halloween movie because they only take place in Halloween, but like it's a stop motion film by Tim Burton, so But honestly, it's kind of a tie between Halloween Town and Corpse Bride. Because Corpse Bride, like, the main character, the actual, like, Corpse Bride is just, like, so relatable, you know? But at the same time, Halloween Town is just, like, such a classic. And I have got to get around to watching that again because I have not seen it in so long. And I feel like it's time, you know? Alright, next question. Favorite Halloween costume? This one's also kind of hard because I don't usually like stick to just like one costume at a time. I always like to do something different every year. But in terms of ones that I pulled off well, it's probably the time I dressed up as Samara from The Ring. There are people at school who saw me just walking around with my hair in my face and they're like, "Oh my god, she's here!" Alright, next question. Favorite Halloween store? Do they even have like this Halloween store specifically? Like, I know there's Halloween Express, but I don't remember if we actually, like, have it here. I remember we had some sort of, like, Halloween store that would come by during Halloween, but I don't remember what it was called. I thought it was just, like, Halloween. The Halloween is here, or something like that. I don't know. But, like, to be honest, I get most of my shit from Party City, so there you go. Next question. Yeah. Jack-o'-lanterns. Yes or no? Yeah. I mean, like, where else am I supposed to get the pumpkin seeds? Although, actually, I was just talking about this with my dad, but I saw this post on Tumblr, which was, like, pumpkins, but they were, like, painted black or something, and they had, like, little holes poked in them, and, like, it looked like constellations, and, like, I want to do hashtag Aries Appreciation Pumpkin. I think that'd be, like, something this house needs, you know? Alright, next question. Bats or black cats? I'm gonna go with black cats because I've never really like seen a bat like in real life, so like I don't know like what the deal with them is. But like I've seen plenty of black cats and they're so fucking overpowered. Next question: is Halloween your favorite holiday? Well, I mean, look at me. Last question: pumpkin spice latte or hot chocolate? Oh, this question is murder. Because, like, I've never actually had a pumpkin spice latte before. I know, what kind of white girl am I? Like, I want to say hot chocolate so fucking bad, but I'm not supposed to have milk anymore. Because it's been, like, really fucking with my digestion. And, like, it also makes me break out. But, like, I just love it so much. And I don't know what the fuck to do. I guess I'm just gonna have to say pumpkin spice, even though I've not tried it yet. Rest in pieces, chocolate milk. But, yeah, that is the end of the Halloween tag. I'm sorry this wasn't like quite as entertaining as my Bangtan Boys tag, but don't worry, I will have more Bangtan content coming on its way very soon, yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Yeah, fucking like in the comments and subscribe or something, I don't know if you want.